Welcome to episode 2 of our series Back to Basics, Sustainability. In episode 1, we saw what the planet Earth is all about, how it's made of, what it's made of. And now we are going to focus on energy. The energies, probably. It's a very interesting topic to start to understand how and why sustainability is an important topic. Let's kick off. This topic is vast. Energy is a lot of things. In physics, it is the quantitative property that is transferred to a body or to a physical system, recognizable in the performance of work and in the form of heat and light. Energy follows a law called conservation of energy, meaning that it can be converted in form, but not created or destroyed. Common forms of energy are kinetic energy, potential energy, elastic energy, chemical energy, radiant energy, and thermal energy. So kinetic is, for instance, moving an object. Potential energy is object of a force field, electric or magnetic. The elastic energy is stretching a solid object. Chemical energy is, for instance, when fuel burns. Radiant energy is carried by light. And thermal energy is the object's temperature. Living organisms require energy to stay alive. Food and oxygen, for instance, provide us energy. Our civilization requires energy to function, which it gets from energy resources such as fossil fuels, nuclear fuel, or renewable energy. Energy is measured in joule in physics, but also, depending on the source and type, it can be kilowatt per hour, calories, ergs, therm, quad, barrel of oil equivalent, etc., etc. Energy is the driving force of the universe. Everything you see around you is the result of some type of energy. Without energy, we wouldn't exist. The magic of the energy is hidden in one trick it can do. It can be transformed from one type to another. Take, for example, how our society leverages it. Until recently, 200 or 250 years ago, it was mostly about muscles. Animals and humans were eating food, and the energy stored in the ingredients was transformed to heat and kinetic, making the bodies functional. During the Industrial Revolution, humans realized that they could use new forms of stored energy and new means to multiply their muscle effectiveness. An energy transformation that can magnify the outcome. A man can now work like 200 people, making him unbeatable in comparison with the pre-industrial man. He's like a Superman. Very soon after that, population increased like never before, and so the demands of energy. There are several sources of energy in our society's demand. Some of them are safe for the environment, while others are harmful not only for the environment but also for the people, causing thousands of deaths. On one hand, we have the conventional power, which mostly comes from oil, coal, and natural gas. These elements are named as fossil fuels. Fossil fuels formed by dead plants and animals that have been accumulated underground for millions of years. All this stored energy that has been captured within eons is now released back in the environment within just decades, causing serious environmental and social damage. Except fossil fuels, we also have nuclear energy in the same category. Although it can be characterized as clean because it doesn't emit harmful elements, it is not safe as it produces radioactive waste, and any accident can have huge impacts on the environment and the society. On the other hand, we have the renewable energy that can be used without the negative effect of fossil fuels. Renewable energy uses the natural resources like wind, sun, geothermal, and water to transform the energy they bring, which could be thermal or kinetic, or to electricity. This electricity can be used as energy source for people's activity. Still, the adoption is very low since the economy has been built around fossil fuels. Let's have a look to where this energy is used. Looking on the data that are published for the countries that take part in the International Energy Agency, we can see some very interesting facts. Believe it or not, transportation has the lion's share of energy consumption by needing more than 1/3 of the total energy demand. Let's take a closer look. Transportation. This is obviously ships and boats, planes, cars, trucks, trains, etc. Manufacturing. Here we would include, for instance, metallurgy with the reduction of oxides, the production of steel and aluminum. Residential, obviously heating our homes, for example. Services, wow, this is wide. And other industries, these include agriculture with the production of fertilizers, for instance, but also construction with the production of concrete, and also includes mining. Particularly in transportations, the biggest spender is the passenger cars, which have almost the same demand as the manufacturing, residential, and service and other industries apart. It's huge, isn't it? Another interesting topic is the residential space heating, the way to keep our houses warm. Looking at these two elements, we see the importance of the actions of each one of us. Disengaging from fossil fuels and adopting renewable energy through electricity could have a major impact to the environment and society. Since not everything is available everywhere on the planet, based on the desired source of energy, obviously access is not equally spread across the inhabitants. Some areas have the resources but don't use it directly. Thus, they can sell it. Some other areas don't have the resource they need, and they need it. Therefore, they are ready to pay the price for it. Energy is what gives life on the planet, but can also cause conflicts because of the inequality of availability. Of course, energy is vital for us and the whole planet. This energy is measured, noted, calculated, predicted, in order to be able to foresee its use, the available quantities. These figures are crucial to anticipate. These figures must therefore be stored so that they can be analyzed, if possible, in real time. It is therefore essential to design computer systems that manage them and make them accessible. In Season 1 of Back to Basics, we talked about data management, and in Season 2, about the use of that data. I invite you to look back at some of the past episodes, especially the first 2 and 3 of the first and second seasons. Now that we have seen what energies are, I will see you next time on the next episode, on which we will talk about the climate and the climate change. How can we influence that as well, and why do we influence it? See you next time.